This is session 2 of our Road to Quran Mastery. We're still in stage 1 discussing Quranic med. And last time we learned the first skill, natural med. Make sure to check it out if you haven't done that already. And today's session, session 2, is about another type of med Muttasir and med munfasil. So let's get started. And the first thing you need to learn about today's lesson is that this sign symbolizes the existence of a med or extension longer than the two harakat of the natural med. So which letters receive that med? Well, as we've learned last lesson, there are only 3 letters, waw, alif, and ya, which are called the letters of med. And if there is a hamza that came after them, it will cause them to be extended for longer than 2 harakat, which we call med muttasil, or in English, connected med, or med munfasil, or in English, the disconnected med. So what's the difference between them, and how long is this extension? Let's start with the first one, med muttasil, or connected med. As the name suggests, med muttasil is connected from both ends, meaning it only occurs within the same word. So it has to be in the middle of the word, not the first or the last letter. In other words, the med letter and the hamza, the cause of the med, will have to exist in the same word. And when this happens, you will have to extend the letter for 5 harakat. And that's about 2.5 seconds. Like in these examples. أولئك فلما رأوه زلفة سيئت ثلاثة قروء. We notice that both the med letter and the hamza, the cause of extension, happen within the same word. And as I said, this type of med cannot be skipped, and you will have to extend every time this happens within the word. But the disconnected med only happens at the end of the word. So the med letter comes as the last letter of the word, and the hamza, the cause of the med, comes as the first letter of the following word. And when this happens, you may or may not extend for 4 harakat, or about 2 seconds. It is optional. But if you choose not to extend, then you mustn't forget that this letter will still get the natural med of 2 harakat. Like in these examples. كما أرسلنا قالوا إنا. And if you choose not to extend it, the alif will normally get the natural med, and you would say كما أرسلنا قالوا إنا. So to summarize what we've learned today, the 3 letters of med, waw, alif, and ya, can be extended even longer than 2 harakat of the natural med. This happens when they're followed by hamza, and we call this either med muttasil, when it happens within the same word, and it has to be extended for 5 harakat, or med munfasil, if the letter of the med came as the last letter of the word, and the hamza, the cause of extension, came as the first letter of the following word. And this type of med is optional, so you can choose to skip it. And if you choose to do that, then you should not forget that the letter will still have the natural med of 2 harakat. But there is one last thing you have to pay attention to, which is that there are some words that look like they have med muttasil, while in fact they have med munfasil. And this confusion can sometimes be generated because of how some Arabic words are written in the Quran. 2 of the most common examples are Ya ayyuha and هؤلاء. Now in the first example, the med looks like it is within the same word, and it seems like it is a med muttasil. However, this word is actually made up of two words. The first one is ya, and the following word is ayyuha. So we see that alif, the letter of the med, came at the end of the word ya, and the hamza came at the beginning of the following word, which makes it a med munfasil. Similarly with the word هؤلاء, the first med is med munfasil because this word is made up of two words, ha and ula. And that's why the first med of the word هؤلاء is a med munfasil. But the second med is a med muttasil, which means you'll always have to extend the alif in that position. Now it's time for the recitation of today. We'll be reading from the second juz from Surah Al-Baqarah. In the first half of the recitation, we'll be highlighting all the med muttasil and med munfasil. And towards the end of the recitation, the two types of med will no longer be highlighted, since you should be able to tell when to extend and when not to extend. كما أرسلنا فيكم رسولا منكم يتلو عليكم آياتنا ويزكيكم ويعلمكم الكتاب والحكمة ويعلمكم ما لم تكونوا تعلمون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون يا أيها الذين آمنوا استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة إن الله مع الصابرين ولا تقولوا لمن يقتل في سبيل الله أموات بل أحياء ولكن لا تشعرون ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون إن الصفا والمروة من شعائر الله فمن حج حج البيت أو اعتمر فلا جناح عليه أن يطوف بهما ومن تطوع خيرا فإن الله شاكر عليم إن الذين يكتمون ما أنزلنا من البينات والهدى من بعد ما بيناه للناس في الكتاب من بعد ما بيناه للناس في الكتاب أولئك يلعنهم الله ويلعنهم اللاعنون إلا الذين تابوا وأصلحوا وبينوا فأولئك أتوب عليهم وأنا التواب الرحيم. And now it's time for the challenge questions for this episode. Today's questions will also be from Surah Al-Baqarah, from the second juz. The first question: And when my servants ask you about me, I am near. I answer the call of the caller when he calls on me. So let them answer me and have faith in me, that they may be rightly guided. The second question: Their prophet said to them, God has appointed Talut to be your king. They said, how can he have authority over us when we're more worthy of authority than he, and he was not given plenty of wealth? So try and find the correct ayahs that correspond with the translation of the meaning of these verses. Were you able to find the answers for these questions? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned something new today. If you did, please like and share the video for other people to learn from it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in session 3.